Have you ever had one of those I love my life moments? Well, last summer was the first time that I had one of those moments. I had just come out of the toughest time in my life. It was winter in the past month in spring, and my dad was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disease, which basically you can develop lesions or scar tissue on your brain and spinal cord, and it that's your nervous system. So it basically means that if that happens and the messages that your brain is sending to feel things, they don't really work anymore. So he lost feeling of his whole left side of his body, so he couldn't really walk, and that was really tough to watch. And then I also had my fair share of doctor visits. I had about 15 stomach ulcers after my swimming season due to stress, but I was also going through a lot of other things other than swimming. So I could not eat anything solid for about 7 months. Some of you, if you're friends with me and you sit with me at lunch, you would remember that I was literally eating chicken broth every single day, and it was really gross. This was the time that I had to have the most hope and positivity that I've ever had to muster up in my life. I will never forget the lessons that I learned through these tough times. The first lesson that I learned is that you always have to be grateful for what you have, because you never know when it will be taken away from you. For example, I would drink coffee every single day. I love coffee so much. Anything caffeinated, energy drink, anything. I always have something in the morning. It just makes me feel like something to look forward to when you wake up. And I have an espresso machine actually, so that is really fun for me. And I could not have anything like that for so long. And even just the little things, if you go out with your friends and you go to Taco Bell, or if you go to McDonald's or go somewhere for fun, and you realize, oh shoot, I can't have that. So you end up just not even going, and it's really takes out of your quality of life. So that really wasn't fun for me. I learned to be grateful and never take anything for granted, to the point that I've literally written a lot of papers about it, because I think it's one of the most important lessons that I've ever learned. You never know when something will get taken away from you. For example, okay, another thing that helped me get to my best was I decided that I was over trying to be all down in the dumps and get over my health experiences, and I decided that I should just be positive and try and look for an outcome. So I decided to get a job. I work at a coffee shop in Cokato, and I love learning how to work in that environment and making new friends, because since it was in Cokato, I live in Dassel, so it's closer to my house than it is to Litchfield. So I ended up meeting a bunch of girls that went to other schools, and they've all been really nice, and it's been really cool to learn how to communicate with other people that I have never met before, which I was really good at, because I have moved from California about 2 years ago, and basically I had to start all over from square one. So I was pretty good at that, and it was just really fun. I'm super extroverted, and I love being friendly and talking to people, so working at a coffee shop was perfect, because I just get to talk to old people all day that come and golf, and then they come in for their food. That summer I also went to California to visit my friends, and I went back and I was really excited, but I was also a little bit nervous because I hadn't been back in a year. So in a year, a lot can happen, a lot can change, and I wasn't sure how my friends were going to be, and if they were still going to be excited to see me and stuff like that. But of course they still were, and it was a little bit different. I got to see how their lives changed, and they got to see how my life changed, and it was really interesting, and it really taught me that a lot of good things can happen from tough experiences. There's always something good that can come out of something bad, even if you can't really see it right away, and that was another lesson that I learned. And some examples of that would be all my friends were doing things that I would have hated. So cheer and dance and all that is really big. All my friends are all they go to state every year, they win. They're really good. I am the worst dancer ever, but I still like to dance. The same thing with singing. I like to sing. I sing all the time, but I'm really bad at it. And also, I would have never met the people that I know now I'm so grateful to have met so many people, and I don't know what life would be like without them. One of my goals before my trip was to be back to normal health so I can go and enjoy having In-N-Out Burger and just have fun with like all my friends and not have to worry about eating, because it was just so annoying and I was really over it. So I worked hard, and after lots of frustration and dead ends and like literally endless blood work and all this disgusting stuff that was, it was not fun. I came to terms with the fact that it was going to take a while to get my bearings back, and that just, realizing that just kind of made it a little bit easier to get better. And, you know, this taught me yet another lesson, and that's to be patient, and because good things they do come out of tough times. So, yeah, this is when I learned that I was at my best, and thank you for listening to me.